Welcome everyone to episode number 96 of CoCreative NoCode's Office Hours. I'm Tonya, your host, and we have here Brittany and Thomas and Kim as usual, and a special guest here, Darien brothers. We're going to get started in just a moment, but if this is your first time tuning in either live on Facebook or watching the replay on YouTube, go ahead and comment on the live, say hello. We'd love to hear from you, or on the YouTube video. And if you're watching on YouTube, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel and make sure you get notifications for new episodes. We do this every day of the week, Monday through Friday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. If you would like to join us for a complimentary session, please join our Facebook group, CoCreative NoCode's Facebook group, and comment on the live, and Kim will send you the details to join us. Welcome. We're going to get started. Darien is joining us for his complimentary session. Welcome, Darien. What's your issue?
Thank you. Happy to be here. I'm a beginner, and I have my landing page, and I have a nav bar that has home, features, pricing, and contact. And I'm trying to navigate through a certain section of my page without making pages for each nav link.
Sure. You want to go ahead and share your screen and show us what's going on? Welcome, Calum. Welcome, Jay.
Hello.
Good to see you both.
Good to see you too.
How you doing?
Good. We're going to work through some page navigation issues with Darien first.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Darien. Hello, Darien.
And Darien is joining us for the first time.
Oh, awesome. Hey, congrats.
Thank you. All right. Do you guys see? Let me see which screen I'm sharing. Can you guys see me scrolling?
Nope. We can see inventory made simple. So
okay, one second. Let me try the other. Here we go. All right. So here is, can you guys see it now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I have my header. I have certain sections of my page that I want to get to. I'm not sure if I want to, so I have here. So when I click on that link, I want it to take me to this section of the page, and then features and so forth. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So instead of doing what I told you to do on Facebook, what we want to do is we instead, when you click on any one of those links, you're going to change the URL parameters. And then you're going to have a workflow on the page for when you change the URL parameters, you're going to tell the page what to do, which will be to scroll to the specific section.
Okay.
Okay. So, so the first thing, let's just do it for the home feature. That section up at the top, we'll need to know.
Do I need to go into my header element?
Yep, because that's where your action to change the URL parameters will be. So you can start edit that workflow.
Okay.
And then you're going to use the navigation section and go to page.
Okay.
And the page is going to be the index page, I'm guessing.
Yes.
And then you're going to send more parameters to the page. Nope, actually not that section.
Oops.
Just two more down where it says send more parameters to the page.
Oh, yes, here, sorry.
Yep. And then you're going to put, I don't know what we should call it, probably nav, NAV.
Okay.
And then you're going to set that to equal to home, but it won't be dynamic.
Gotcha. Okay. So it'll be.
Or actually it should, if we wanted to make it dynamic, then we could make it, we could put that link in a group and make the groups type text and have that text be home. That's what we would do, say like
Normally.
in Canvas. It's a little tricky.
Okay.
It's okay. We'll go one step at a time.
Okay.
So go back to your design.
All right.
So
All right.
if you ever wanted to change what your links up at the top say, and
Okay.
have that all work out without having to go into every single thing to update it,
Okay.
that's what I'm going to show you how to do.
Oh,
So
awesome.
go into the reusable element for the home.
Okay.
Yeah. And then click on that. And then that's a text, right? Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
correct.
That's fine. So I want you to right click on that and group it.
Just the group elements in a group, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
And then we'll just call that nav1, group nav1.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then the type of content will be text. And the data source, we're going to call that home. So just, if you don't want to make it dynamic though, so click outside of the where it says click and then backspace, or just type home and see if it works.
Oh, in here. Gotcha.
Yeah, sometimes it'll, if your content type is right, it'll work.
So
Yep.
click,
So just click in there and just type home.
just type home. Okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
All right. And now what we want to do is go back into that text element. And instead of saying home there,
Oh,
we're going to insert
dynamic.
dynamic and parent groups text,
Okay.
and then capitalized word. There you go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And now what we're going to do is go into that start edit workflow. Actually, you might want to put the workflow on the group instead of the text. So what you can do is you can scroll down
Gotcha.
in the inspector. Scroll down, see where it says select parent child.
Sorry. Yes, down here.
And go ahead and click group nav1.
Okay.
And then go start edit workflow.
And now I should be able to.
And then go to navigation, go to page. And that should pull that up. The destination will be index. The parameters to send to the page.
Parameter.
And we can say nav for the key. And then we'll say that group nav1's text. The reason for doing all of this, because you technically could have just typed in home there, is if you ever decide to change the names of your navigation, it'll just be a lot faster to change it in one place.
Gotcha.
And you'll change it on that group instead of in the text and also in the workflows.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
And I would just do that for the other links as well, and it would do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
And then what we need to do is now I'm trying to figure out how we're going to make it simplified on the page itself.
Okay.
Because we've got to tell the page when it's because we don't have access to those groups from the page, but the page is what's going to be doing the workflows.
Okay.
So
all right.
Maybe we can put it in a hidden variables section.
And I'm still new to this, so I'm still trying to learn the whole platform.
Yeah, well, this is kind of a bit advanced, but it's okay.
Yeah, I don't want to take away from everybody else. So
you're not taking away from anybody else. Don't worry. We spend upwards of 10 hours together every week, this group, so we're good. Okay, so let's go to the index page and
Okay.
just get it working for that one.
Okay.
So make a pop-up.
All right. Okay.
I'm thinking, hang on just a second. I'm thinking how we're going to do this. Has anyone else ever done this exact thing before on the call since we have
What we
some
trying to
people?
do?
So he wants to be able to click on a link at in the header and go to a certain section of his homepage, of his index page.
Hello.
Like scrolling down.
Yeah, like just scrolling down to that thing. The thing I'm struggling with is he has it in the header reusable, which is fine.
Tonya.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry. I've already looked into this and you can't do it in Bubble at the moment.
You can't do this in Bubble?
No.
Done.
So you got to create a whole.
I've
No,
already-
you
I've-
you can't.
I've
No,
already
you
looked
can't.
into it.
This
Hang
is
on.
that's
Yeah.
not entirely true.
They
You can't
actually,
do this in.
you can do it if you make the header part of the page and not a separate reusable element.
No, so
I think there's definitely a way to. I think if you whether you store it as a state value in the database and then do the scroll to X pixel position on the page, you should still be able to do it because you can still access states from these elements and the database.
right. No. I'm not worried about that part. I'm the thing I'm trying to do is trying to keep it clean so that he only has to change the text in one place if he wants to make the change. Like I know how to do it otherwise. So
How about a do when get data from page URL is this?
right, exactly. Yeah, and that's fine. It's just so we can do that. I'm just trying to we can hack around it. I'm trying to do it more elegantly. So
Right.
okay, so go ahead and delete that pop-up and we'll just go to the workflows.
Okay.
And so if you go to the workflow and you click to add an event, and
Okay.
then it's going to be when condition is true.
All right.
So when get, so just start typing in only when.
Okay.
Get,
Oh, okay. Only when.
nope, sorry, start typing there, but start typing get, the word get.
Oh, get.
Mhm. So get data from page URL. And so when nav, parameter name nav, and then leave it text is fine. And then where it says click in red is home, lowercase. Okay, and then click to add an action. And you're going to go to element actions, scroll to, and then the element could be your header, I guess, even.
I think that was it.
And that should scroll it to the top, which is what you want to do when they click
Yes.
home, right?
Correct.
All right, so let's just try that.
Okay.
If you preview the page and scroll all the way to the bottom and then click home, it should scroll to the top.
Let's see here. Separate page. Oh,
Oh, it didn't set the home part right. So when we clicked on, oh, I know what it is. Go back to your header because we need to delete the workflow on the text.
oh, okay. This one, right?
Yeah.
Just delete all these.
Yep, just delete that
Okay.
whole thing and then try it again. No, that one you leave.
Oh,
Just click undo. There you go.
let's try this.
And it didn't scroll to the header.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because the header's already available. Okay, so what's the first group on that page?
You said what's the first group?
The first group. We need an element to scroll to.
Oh, sorry, I have it right here. Hold on.
Is there another scroll to action, like scroll to top or something like that?
I'm not sure.
But get the name of the element that you want to scroll to. So that group there.
It's called home scroll.
Okay.
It's,
So then go back to our workflow. And then on the scroll to header, we'll make it scroll to home scroll.
Here we go.
There you go. And try that.
Right. There we go. I'll probably change it to make a different group, but
Sure. But
exactly.
you understand how that's going to work now.
Yes, this is perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is
And
awesome.
then, yeah, so my concern is when you, like, if you did decide to change those, you would have to change it in each of the workflows, the only
Right.
when workflows that you're creating. But
Okay. And I probably won't, but who knows?
yeah, who knows? We change our
Yeah.
minds all the time around here. So I
True.
try to plan ahead for it. Callum's nodding his head up and down. How many times have you refactored one life, Calum?
Oh man. No, I appreciate everybody's help. Seriously.
Yeah, of course. All right. Awesome. Let's see here. I checked with Thomas and with Brittany already. Jay, I think you were next. Did you have something?
Nothing specific. I have a general question. I can wait.
Okay. Calum, did you bring anything?
Yeah, just having a bit of an issue with a plugin, you know, the wonderful slider one, which does video and image in the single slider. I don't know if you remember when we built the feed together, we had the issue where we had to do the musicians and the maestro thing, where we could trigger it within the repeating group because for some reason the plugin doesn't update the content within the slider. So you ended up getting, like, every time someone else posted, it wouldn't change the content of the slider, it would only change it would change everything around it, it just wouldn't change the actual images and video. I'm now having a little bit of an issue with where I'm going to pop up to display it. I can't work out a way to reset the data inside it because it's not a case of using the same thing we did before, because I'm not displaying the post in a repeating group, I'm just displaying it as a single post. But for some reason, once you click on one post and the pop-up comes up and it shows that post, and then you click on another one that has images, it still shows the first one's images. All the text and the user and everything like that is changed, but for some reason the plugin isn't responding. I had a look through the forum and there was something in there about add list and remove list for the plugin, but I couldn't seem to get it working. So I don't know if we could have a quick go at seeing if we can get that working.
Okay. Want to share your screen?
Yeah, I can.
I kind of remember setting that up with you. It's been a minute.
It's been a while. I've still managed to use the same thing because obviously the feed relates to pretty much everything in there. So I'm waiting for my page to load. So I've managed to use it repeatedly, but I've never managed to set it up again properly.
Oh, Darien, I just remembered something.
Yes.
For that do when workflow, you want to make sure to click at the top of that workflow specifically to do it every time.
Do when.
Calum, what would the keyword for this be?
What are you looking for? What keyword in terms of what?
In terms of we're creating a keyword link to this spot in the YouTube video. So
wonderful slider plugin updating content. That's not a keyword, is it? That's a sentence.
That'll work. That's fine because that's what a key phrase. So it's searchable on YouTube. So if anyone who's
Why don't you
dealing
say-
with that
tag it as-
plugin,
What
Yeah,
was it
tag-
again?
it's the wonderful wonderful slider plugin.
Slider.
Yep, wonderful slider plugin.
All right.
Thank you.
Can you see that? Yeah.
Yep.
So we click on this post and it pops up and it shows it. Genuine quote by Elon, by the way. Very, very funny. And then so that pops up. And then when we close it down and then go to say this one, text changes, user changes and everything, but the image doesn't. Now, when we do so when I click on something in just any random thing, we've got it set up so, sorry, let me go feed like icon. Where we've got it set up for this is we just trigger all the musicians on MeiliSearch because this is about repeating groups. So we're trying to trigger that class, which is IG1, and we're basically triggering every cell. So anytime anything gets clicked, basically we update just to make sure that it's the right content. For some reason, obviously, when I click on one of these, though, there's no musician under MeiliSearch in the pop-up. Is that one? I really can rechange the name.
So go back to the issue on the page again and show me what's happening that shouldn't be happening or that you want it to be happening different.
Okay, so when I click on this post, it shows the right image.
Okay.
But when I click on another post with a different image, the image stays the same.
Okay.
And that's because it's not updating the list of files that it should be showing. Now, the way they suggested doing it, so sorry, the way they suggested doing it was when you click on the thing that triggers the pop-up, we set list for the files.
Mhm.
To display data and pop up, which is what's sending the post, but then we do set list. No. Okay, add a list to the wonderful slider. So I think it's, how have I got two of the same name? Let's just check which one's the right one. Put it wonderful slider double D. Yeah. And then we go back to the workflow. Wonderful slider double D. Data list will be parent groups, posts, files. That's setting a list, which is kind of a problem. But what we also want to do is then we've set it so the only way you can close the pop-up is by clicking in the X. You can't just click off it. So what we should want to do here is clear the list. I bet I'm going to do this. It's going to work, isn't it?
Probably.
So I think
That must be confusing. Trying to look at group Y, Z.
yeah,
he's used to it.
but it's all built on one page, so yeah, it's incredibly confusing. And then we want to do remove all slides.
Yeah, so when you've got to remove them and then add them, right?
Well, no, so we've added them the first time something gets clicked, and then when we close the pop-up,
You want to remove them.
we want to remove them. So then the next time something's clicked, it re-adds a different one. I'm almost certain I did this last night, and it's exactly the way I did it, and it didn't work.
Okay.
But let's give it a go, because we all know what happens when I'm on the phone with you. It just works.
Calum says I have magic powers, so all I have to do is
I'm
watch
not the
him
only
do
one who
it,
says
and
it.
it works. It's true, you're not. Juan says I'm his amulet. He just likes to have me on the line while he develops.
It's not even on the phone. Do you remember the other night where I was having that problem? I messaged you saying, "Can you jump on a call and help me?" And just by messaging you, it fixed itself.
What would Tonya do?
I'm going to stop sharing so it will load the page quickly because it's taking forever.
Got it. No worries. So the answer to the question, what would Tonya do, is cross fingers on both hands. That's what Tonya would do.
Right, so click on it. It's there, it's fine. And close it. And I need to find one with a proper picture because I just realized I haven't done it on the other click. And then click on this one.
It was a finger crossing.
Thanks, Tonya. Love you.
Love you too.
Every time.
It's what I do. Is
Last night, I was there for an hour and a half trying to get it working, did exactly the same thing. Oh my God. All right.
Reece, did you have anything for today? Oh, are you still with us, Reece? Oh, there you are.
Yep, sorry. No, I'm good, thanks. I just thought I'd drop by
Just
anyway, but I'm all
drop
right
in.
now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No worries. All right, Brittany, we're back to you.
Okay, so I'm still struggling with this chat thingy, and I'm getting extremely irritated.
Mhm. We're laughing not at you, but
I know.
in spirit with you, we feel your pain. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that was Jay's evil laugh.
Yeah, it's so let me share my screen because it's very confusing. I deleted a whole bunch of stuff because it was too crowded and too cluttered, and I wanted to change some stuff, and now the messaging it's not even working anymore. I don't know what I did. Like I'm just I'm
okay,
over it. Like
I'm over it. It's okay.
let me share. Okay. So before, remember I was telling you I had a few different send buttons because I had it where if they let's go back to, so I had a pop-up on this page, you would send a message from here.
Mhm.
How do I get this off? You would send a message from here, and then on the other page there's also a send message from here.
Mhm.
So I didn't want that anymore because that was just extremely too much. What I wanted to do was from the profile page, everybody would just have the same icon, and it would either take them, this icon, if they clicked here, it would just take them straight to the conversations page, and their conversations would just be here, and they would send a message from here. I don't want the pop-up anymore. So I tried to change that, but I don't know how to connect the parent group's user. You know what I mean? So if I'm trying to send a message to somebody else's page, I don't know how to connect, it needs that information that I'm sending the message to that particular user. So yeah. I'm not exactly sure how to set that up. And I just, I went crazy and deleted stuff that I probably shouldn't have deleted. So now the messenger system isn't working at all. I don't know what I did.
Okay, so first of all, do you remember when you deleted it? Can we revert back?
I've done so much.
Okay, no worries. That's fine. So when you click that button, show me the workflow for it.
Okay.
I'm with you on that, Brittany. It's the most infuriating thing ever, where you do something else, spend loads of time doing it, then realize you broke something way back and you can't
Right.
revert, but then you lose everything else.
Right. And I've
So,
hit
yeah.
the back button so many times. I don't even know what's like, I don't know. I was trying to recover it, but so we have no,
Yeah,
that's
but by the way, when you
that's
see
the
you click the back button so many times, you know you can revert to a certain point in time, right?
how do you do that?
You go where
sorry,
it
that's
says,
what you meant. Development.
yep.
So
No,
If
sorry,
you go to where it
on
says development, where you
on the
would
top
deploy
right,
to live,
here.
and then
go to
history.
where it says history. And you can enter a date and time and revert to that specific date and
Oh,
time.
that is awesome. Okay, so
Yeah.
I did all of that today, not too long ago. So let me say, if I say today at like 8:30 this morning, it should be good.
That's the date.
Yeah, that is today's date.
So you said 8:30 and you put 8:30. I'll shut up now. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
You just have to wait. It's going to reload.
Okay. Well, that's good to know because I was going crazy trying to get back what I lost.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see if it's still okay. It's still here, but I don't want both of those workflows.
Okay.
But everything is back to working now, I guess.
Yeah, but what did you do in the meantime? Like,
So-
were you working on other things?
No, actually I wasn't. I was just so frustrated. Like I just closed my computer. I didn't even.
Okay.
This is the only thing I was working on.
All right. So go to the mail, the envelope icon
Okay.
that you want to do that new workflow on.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to go to the conversations. Okay, we've got that. And then you want to send parent group users conversation list. Okay, click on the conversation list. Okay, first item. No, so I think what you want to do is you're currently on a profile page, right? So go ahead and clear out all of the data to send. And what you want to do is do a search for conversations. And then the constraint is going to be the users contains current user, list of users,
List of users
contains current user,
Okay.
and then add a new constraint. List of users contains current page user. And then select first item,
Okay.
and that should be good.
Okay. So okay, so if I went to each page, I have to change it and see. That's because so much on here.
So the trick is, if there isn't an existing conversation, you have to make that conversation.
Right. And that's where I was going wrong because where I was creating a conversation in the pop-up at first. So how do I create the conversation without on the conversations page without it looking,
Right.
you know,
So we're gonna make two workflows. I think the easiest way to do it is just to make the two workflows on that same button
okay.
with
So
different conditions.
let me take this off. I'm gonna just not show it really quickly, just so I can test. Oh. I have a conditional on this one.
It's okay.
Okay. So now, okay. So how do I know that the freelancer is messaging that particular user now?
So you're gonna have to add somewhere on the page for that information to
Okay,
show.
got you. Meaning like I could probably move this down and put it somewhere.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. So conversations. Is this all grouped together? No, it's not, but oh. I do not like trying to move. I want it. Oh.
So much fiddling.
Yeah. Oh. I'm telling you guys, I'm so aggravated with this thing.
Would it help if I tell you it gets easier? Or would you just not believe me?
Well, I told you about line, Tonya.
I know. Well, this stuff will get easier. Any stuff that you're working on will get easier. The problem is by the time it's easy, you're working on harder stuff.
Right. That would be, I would have to, it wouldn't be the current page.
Current page conversation.
Okay.
And then list of users. And then filter. And then add a new constraint and unique ID. Does not equal current users.
sorry.
Current users unique ID. There you go. And then say username.
Okay, and I will probably have to do another one because the business owners have a separate, they don't have a username, they have something else. So I just normally.
Kim just messaged me that she listens to aggravated bubblers all the time. It's literally her job.
Yeah, it is frustrating. Okay,
It's a cool name for a band, the Aggravated Bubblers.
Aggravated bubblers, yeah.
Filtered and then I forgot just that quick. It wouldn't be. Oh, unique ID. Okay. This would be business name. All right.
Go back into the filters. Yeah, current user's unique ID. There you go.
Okay. All right. So I just want to see. Of course, I may change the layout. I just want it to work. I'm not
Oh
really
yeah,
worried
no,
about
got it. Yeah,
how it looks.
you'll fine tune it later.
Okay. This. Mm,
Do you have current page conversation?
remove this.
Well, let's go look at the database.
Okay.
Because whatever the issue is, it's in the database. It's in the data, app data. So the conversations, it's possible that the first conversation, nope, you have a list of users. Right, and then let's see. List of users, and then we filter that list down so it's not the current user. And that would be the remaining user, and then accessing that user's username and business name. That should, neither of those things should be a problem. So you were on the conversation. Are you logged in as
I was logged in as Rhonda.
Rhonda?
Mhm.
Okay. You're looking at Kevin's stuff. Let's go back to the design. Current page conversations, list of users. Filters. No, that's right. There's something going on sending the data to the page. Let's just put at the end of that, just insert dynamic data, current page conversations, unique ID. Okay, and then you can just refresh the page. Yeah, it doesn't have a conversation. So let's go back to that
Oh, okay.
button.
This one, the
Yep,
envelope.
that one. So go to page conversations, current users. Nope, that's the wrong. So I think we need to fix that. It's clear that. And it's do a search for.
Oh, because we did that on the other. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, conversations. List of users.
Yep. Contains current user.
User and contains pages.
First item. Okay, now go back to that button and click it.
Oh, okay. Well. There we
Yeah,
go.
there we
but
go. So we can take out the unique ID, but that will have the message at the
Alright.
top.
Oh, what?
Hmm.
Okay. Alrighty,
Okay.
that works. Now, what do I do next?
What do you need next? Next, we need to account for the fact that you don't, if there's not a conversation, there needs to be one created.
Okay. So that means I need to create the conversation when I.
Nope, you're gonna create the conversation when you click that same envelope button. We just have to,
got you. Okay.
yeah.
So. Let's let's just add all of it. Cool. would I do add list or just add?
So,
Well, we don't have any messages yet, so.
yeah, there aren't any
Okay.
messages yet, so you just need to add the list of users. So actually, it would be add
Okay.
current user. And then
No.
you can delete the second piece there, and then list of users, add current page user. And then at the bottom where it says only when, you do a search for conversations. List of
Yes.
users contains current user. List of users contains current page user, and then count is less than, nope, other, yep, 1. So if they can't find a current conversation with both of those users, then the new conversation will be created. Drag that in front of go to page conversations.
Okay.
One thing I'm not, yeah, I think that should be okay, because they shouldn't go to the go to page should be the last action.
Okay.
So let's just try it. You need to go try clicking that button for a user pair that doesn't have a conversation, or you can go ahead and delete the conversations that are between Rhonda and Kevin. There you go.
Okay. That's, I don't even know if I have this, but I guess. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so let's go to the workflow on that button.
Oh, before I do that, I need to also do what I did on that envelope, on the envelope on the other profile, because I have 2 different.
Got it.
Let me,
2 different profile pages.
yeah.
Gotcha. While you do that, I'm going to check in with Jay.
Okay.
What's up, Jay?
So I finally have my enough data to load the database and launch. Yeah, it's exciting and terrifying. So
Okay.
I just wanted to see if there's anything I need to know, any best practices, because my database, I mean, it's not huge for a database, but it's enough records that if I screw it up, it's going to be a pain in the neck. So I just wanted to know, like, I've been clearing out the junk data from, all the testing and such.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, is there anything I need to know?
Like generally about deploying
Generally.
to live and launching?
Yes, with data.
With data. I can't think of anything. I think like once you get it cleaned up and you have the database, like the database, the part of the database that you're going to be maintaining, like, and filling out, as long as that's where you want it to be.
What do you mean?
So like you have you're entering data that's going to be used by your users or viewed by your users and not created by your users, right?
Yes.
Okay. So is that where you want it to be?
It's close. I'm not quite there.
Okay.
Close. It's we did the scraping, and so now me and the VA are going, fixing up. Not all the columns are perfect. So what I've been doing today is clearing out old data, bad, junk data. And next I plan to make sure the headings all match.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna pay Bubble my $30 and I'm gonna upload.
Okay.
I think that's all I have to do, but like I said, it's
How,
enough.
how
of a
much,
spread-
how much do you have to upload?
How much do I have to upload? Where did it go? Where did that giant thing go? How did I lose it? I mean, maybe 3,000 records.
That's gonna be slightly painful because I think you can only upload like 100 at a time.
100.
Mhm.
That's gonna
You
be
can-
painful.
You
On the
can
upside, I can
upload, you can upload 1,000 on the professional plan.
well, I'm not gonna be on that yet.
Right.
That's all right. I mean, in a way, it kind of is good because that way I'll get that first 100 up and I can check them all.
Mhm.
And then I can just shame Heather into helping me with the rest.
Yeah. Yep, that's how that goes. It's uploading, getting data into Bubbles database can be tricky.
But when you say tricky, like that's what I'm nervous about.
It's
What do you
not
mean
true.
by-
It's no, once you have your upload, so here, I'll show you. So once you have this working. Once you have this working the way that you want it to work. So like you do like a new upload here and you do your type of data and you select your delimiter and you map your fields like that and you upload, that happens and it happens fairly quickly for 100 records at a time. The tricky part is just you have to do it for every 100 records or 1,000 records if you're on the professional plan. The Eli has created some plugins and stuff like, but in my experience, those plugins, like it can be a nightmare trying to get them to work for super large uploads, but for 3,000, it should be okay. That kind of thing. I don't know. What was that?
I assume you're editing the CSV in Excel, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so why don't you just have obviously have the 3,000 records that you want to upload and then basically try and, I assume if you try and upload the 3,000 records, it'll only upload the first 100, or does it return an issue?
Mm-hmm. No, it'll
No.
upload 100 and then stop.
Yeah, so why don't you just do it so that you just upload the file with the 3,000, upload the first 100, and then just go into the Excel, delete 100, and then run the same thing again 30 times. So basically just keep uploading
No,
the same CSV, but delete the first 100 every time you do an upload, because that way.
Right. Yeah, no, that works. That's just, it's painful to do that because if you're talking about 3,000 records, you have to do it 30 times, right? And that's just, it's time consuming is all. And we're dealing with a technology that should not, like, it should not be difficult to click a button and have it just do everything, right? Like there's no.
But it's not, is it? It's not difficult, is it? It's Bubble, not wanting to make money off the upgrading to 1,000 records, right? Or
no, it's Bubble doesn't want millions and millions of records. They want to put a barrier to adding that much data in.
why?
Right?
They get paid an extortionate amount of money for storing data on their platform.
But not text data.
Well, why does it make a difference? Because surely the only thing that makes a difference is the actual size of the data. Doesn't matter what type of data it is, surely. And also text data is the easiest to store. So surely just having billion.
I don't know. I don't know why they do it. I don't.
We're holding you responsible.
Yeah, it's like I don't have the answer.
The only thing I can think is it's to do with their bandwidth on their servers and the time it would take to run something with like 1 million records trying to upload and taking up the bandwidth on their servers, not the actual storage, but the bandwidth. And if they're running on AWS and someone tries at a peak point to upload 100 million records or something, they would get a massive spike in their AWS bill, and they probably wouldn't be able to get the compensation for the user because we only get charged for storage. Or well, we get charged for usage, but I don't know how that works with the upload, or if that's just the app usage rather than the developer side where you can upload the records. It's probably that actually with bandwidth, isn't it?
Yeah,
Which is
something.
why they make you space it out over every 100.
Yeah, it's crazy. But Eli does have one. This one is no, so he doesn't have it as a public plugin that you can use. Eli does have an uploader, a private uploader one, where you can, it basically does what you were talking about, Calum, like, but it does it for you.
Oh, so it runs a script, so basically you'll upload 100,
Yeah.
delete, upload it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm on their pricing page and I don't see anything about, about, it just says you can upload CSVs. It doesn't mention the limit. Is there another, it would probably be more of a hassle than just doing it 30 times, but while we're on the topic, I'm wondering if I put it like maybe in, Google Sheets or in Dropbox, I wonder if I could get it all at once with an API.
Yeah, no, if you want to run an API, like if you put it into Google Sheets and you got the API like looking for it and that all working, it's going to be kind of time consuming, probably more than it would take just to run it 30 times.
Yeah.
But if you ever planned on doing it again, or if there's more coming later, it might be worth the time investment to grab it via API.
So there's in the plugin store, I don't know if this, what is it you're trying to import? There's the random user generator, which generates random user data for testing. And I don't know whether I don't know if that's random user data that you can edit before and say what stuff you want to upload. What is it you're trying to upload?
It's the plant information, the name of the plant, where to space it. It's specific.
Okay. There's a few random user generators. I don't know if that would work for trying to bring in, but it sounds like it's specific data, so you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that makes sense in this case.
I don't know.
And there is going to be more, probably another, I don't know. I mean, it could be a lot, but I expect it'll be at least another 4,000 to 7,000. But at that point, who knows? I mean, maybe I'll be on the professional plan.
What's the pro plan? Is that the $500 a month, or is that the 120?
No, it's the 150.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's not too bad then.
I mean, it's not bad if you're making money off your app, but if not, it's 150. It's 115. It's 130 if you're paying by month, which I would be. That's $130 a month. I mean, that's
Well, actually,
an electrical bill.
Yeah, it's $130 a month, but actually it's not. It's basically the cost for you to be able to upload all your records a lot quicker. So it depends how much your time is worth. Because you could just upgrade for the 1 month to be able to get the access to 1,000, and it basically costs you $130 to be able to do it in.
And I think
3 times
like
rather than
prorate the credit or something like that, so you can upload, like you can switch and use it and then switch back.
Oh, do they? So you can actually just do it for the day. Is that
What's
right?
that? How would that work? What?
I don't think they prorate. I know they prorate the plugins. I don't know if they prorate the monthly payments.
It would be interesting to give like users that aren't running profitable businesses like a lower tier, or given the same tier quality but lower cost, but track them that if their product on Bubble is actually making money, then hike up the price.
I mean, that
It would be
sounds
interesting to
like
see.
nice, but then you have a third party, Bubble, with their nose in your business. I wouldn't like that at all.
Yeah,
Bubbles
but
are
also, it also doesn't account.
So,
But it doesn't account for other types of businesses. That only works if the business is making money directly through, say, the Stripe plugin, which they see access to. If you were making money just from advertising or affiliate links and stuff like that, there's no way Bubble can quantify how much money you were making from that.
it would be interesting though to see some sort of dynamic cost structure, because Jay, it would be cool I'm sure it would be really nice to be able to have that high quality, but you're not making money right now, you don't have any users, so it's like that's a risk that you take on.
Yeah.
So
yes, it is.
how do you minimize that risk on the behalf of your users? sequence.
Yeah, I think it would have to be the number of users, but even then, like you said, I mean, if you're brand new, you don't have users, you've kind of got
Yeah,
nothing.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, and that in itself is going to be costly. So
Well, the fact is that uploading, 3,000 or however many records it is in clumps of 100, yeah, it's a pain in the neck, but it's the kind of thing you can do while watching Dateline. You know what I mean? You don't have to think. You can just sit there on your living room computer and go tappity tap. And it'll only take like, what, an hour and a half, a couple hours maybe. You can drink during it. Anything you can drink during is okay.
shots of mezcal.
You're gonna love it when Jay gets to the end of uploading 30 of these CSVs, absolutely hammered, and realizes she's accidentally uploaded the same 100
Fun.
30 times.
It's like, you know me really well, Calum. It's exactly what would happen. Wake up the next day with the hangover, look at it, and feel victorious, and then start
Why is this
cussing.
repeated 30 times? God.
So I still have a bunch of, not a bunch, but I have several things that are, I don't really want to go into detail with them. Like, I don't want to fix them right now because honestly, I'm just sick to death of looking at them. But I've got a few things that still need to get fixed. And, but I'm not actually even going to worry about them. It's good enough.
Okay.
But
I
I'll be
agree.
back
It's
when
good
I-
enough.
It's good enough for the moment, but I am gonna have to address them. I want to get some other stuff out of the way. I want to get the data started to be uploaded. There's a few things I want to do, and then I'm going to address these because no one's using the site yet, so who cares? But I will be back with a list of super frustrating stuff.
Okay.
Very similar to what Darien was doing when we started.
We'll be ready.
Yeah, okay, yes, be on that, be ready.
I'm ready.
Well, I still have to redo the sign-in process because of, as we discovered, like the people outside the US are not getting their data, their location data showing up, and I'm concerned about that. But again, I'm not gonna, I know Calum would tell me, it's not gonna be perfect, and I just can't worry about everything being just right before I launch.
Yeah,
It
it's
won't
true.
be. Yeah.
No, it's true. You just got to do it. And then trust that people will understand.
Well, I'm gonna do the
Most folk,
thing.
they do.
What's that?
For the most part, they do. Like, I mean, if you have the core features working, but some other stuff is a little wonky, people will understand as long as they're getting value, right?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I think they will. I'm going to do the beta testers like I talked about. I created a task list that they can go through. I haven't assigned it yet, obviously. I'm waiting until I go live. Then I'm going to hand it out to them. At the same time, I'm going to start giving it out to people I know so I can start getting feedback. And then I was going to do advertising, and I still will do some at least, if not a lot, I don't know, on Facebook and maybe Reddit to get people to know about it. But I'm thinking more that it would be wise to do like a good social media presence for this site. For this app, I think it matters.
Yep.
You know what would be really good? I don't know if you thought about doing this. So I was looking at this the other day. So I had a bit of work done just on some photos I needed editing. I've started using Fiverr quite a lot. And there's some really good packages on there for like explainer videos. And they do like social media ones. And it's only a couple hundred quid over here to get like a really high quality video done that you could put out on Facebook. Because obviously like video content and image content is so much stronger than, well, video content is so much stronger than image content. And if you could use that as like Facebook ads or even just to post on your own Facebook page and, Garden Brain's Facebook page as well, I'd look at some of the videos that some of the people have done on there and they look really, really good. I don't know if you thought about it in like an explainer video, like 30 seconds kind of thing.
Thought about it. And then I thought about a lot of things. And the only reason that's not a high priority for me is because I've got too much stuff to do. You know what I mean? Like it's like, do I do the explainer video or do I just launch and then worry about that? So on my list, I agree. So what I did instead, because the site's kind of confusing if you don't know what to do first. Like, do you upload a plant or do you build a bed? What do you do? So in the login and the sign up process, the success message is now a list of steps. but I tested it out with someone who hasn't used the site before, and I could see that she was overwhelmed by the instructions. They were too much. So I'm gonna go back to that and break it down to 3 steps. But I agree that an explainer video would be fantastic. And I'm thinking about how to do it. You know, I want the social media and the explainer video. I want everything to feel like, obviously, like it belongs with Garden Brain, which has a lot of Easter eggs and lightness to it. But I am not comfortable on video, and you know, I'm not.
I think I may have misused the word explainer video. So I think there's 2 different kinds of videos. There's the explainer video that I think you're talking about, which is the kind of the click through one. But what I'm talking about is there's companies online for not a lot of money who will help you with that and do it with you. The one I kind of meant for the advertising and social media marketing was, you know, are you interested in gardening? Sign up to Garden Brain. You know, you can chat to other gardeners, all like that kind of stuff. Not necessarily you doing it, because a lot of them have voiceover people who will do the voiceover for you as well. So I meant like that. But yeah, didn't Tonya, didn't you show us one of the I don't know if it's a plugin?
Helpier.
Helpier.
Yeah. I think we're supposed to have the founder of Helpier come on office hours in September at some point. So that could be fun.
That product, it's $40 a month. So clearly it's, you know, their market is people who are releasing a lot of new stuff or who don't care about $40 a month. I do care.
Okay.
$40. Can you not pay for it outright?
No, there's no lifetime, I don't think.
Oh,
So
that is quite a lot.
But you're right. An explainer video is a good idea, and I can get a hold of that, not without too much pain.
You could, I think the idea being you do the sign up steps, and then maybe when they first come onto the home page, you can trigger a pop-up for the first login, which has the welcome to Garden Brain. Here's how to use the platform. And obviously people can dismiss it if they want to, but at least you put something in front of them that gives them maybe a, I don't know, 3-minute walk through the platform. Maybe that's a bit long, 2 minutes. I don't know what everyone else thinks. Lengthwise.
all right. That's all sounds like a plan, Jay, and we're ready to help when you have more stuff. And we are going to circle back to Brittany, but then I think Calum, you had come up with what you wanted to do on sort of like the build along section. Like, didn't you give me a suggestion on Messenger?
I was drunk when I sent it, so I remember sending you something. I'm not
okay, go back and review what it was that you sent.
It was a good one. It was good though. It was good. I just can't remember what it was.
And then if it's we'll let Thomas be the judge. So let's see. Brittany, did you want to continue?
Yes. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, I'm at the workflow of the send button now. And I have it as creating a new message. The message body will equal the input value. When conversation will be the parent group's conversation. I don't think I need the recipient anymore.
Okay.
Hold on one moment. Let me. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I need the recipient anymore. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I need the, well, I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I don't think you need the recipient or the unread either.
Right.
I think you need the read and the users. So yeah, I think that's right. What you have right now.
And then I have making changes to a conversation, the parent group's conversation, list of messages at the result of step 1. And then I would like for the inputs to be reset and scrolling to the
last message set. That makes sense.
Right. And this is where we created the API workflow to send a notification for a unread message.
Okay, perfect. That all looks right.
Okay. And that didn't, I don't know why it's not working.
Okay, so let's go to the design page in the editor. And then let's just scroll up to the top of the repeating group. Do you have anything in there to show the messages?
Here, yes.
Okay, so let's see what those conditionals are. Current cells messages creator is current user. This element is visible. Okay, and then what about the other one? It's not current user. Okay, so that should work. And then let's make sure. So go to appearance. Current cells messages. Okay. And then
Okay.
let's go into the where it says parent groups messages message body. And then go to the bottom and go to the parent. Go ahead, click, and then scroll up. Okay, and then do the same thing. All right. Okay, so that should be working. And you had this working before, right?
Right.
Okay. Let's see here. Go to the repeating group. Parent groups, conversations, list of messages. Okay, sort of. But okay, so let's change that. So let's delete that. And do a
Hey,
search
Tonya,
for.
I've got
Yep.
to pop off. Can we do the build along on Wednesday or
Yeah.
on Friday?
Yep.
I found out what it was. It was the add to any, so the social ones, like how when you click to share to Facebook, what data you send. Like if you want to just send like my profile, how do you send that to Facebook and how it displays it? But yeah, cool. Wednesday or Friday, if that's cool.
Sounds good.
All right, have a good one,
All right.
everyone.
Bye.
Hi.
Thanks for being here, Calum.
Bye.
See you, buddy.
All right, so do a search for messages. Add a new constraint. It's going to be list of users. Or sorry, nope, delete that.
Oh, hold on.
No. Just delete the constraint that we were working on. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
not the whole do
Okay.
search. There you go. So conversation equals current page conversations. Okay, now let's go back to that send button workflow. And create a new message. Okay, all right, and go back to the page and refresh it. And then scroll up. All right, let's go to your database. Go to messages. Yeah, something's happening. It's not grabbing that conversation. So that parent, when we're referring to the parent group conversation, it's like ending up with an empty. So let's go back to the design. And then on the scroll down toward the send button. All right, so then go, nope,
Oh.
stay on design. And then scroll down in the inspector there. I want to see what the parent of that is. So group input. And then scroll up. All right, and then do the same thing. We're just making sure the chain of information. Yeah, see the group messages main, we need to set that. And it'll be the parent groups thing. And then you can just, don't worry about that. Just leave that blank for now. Just scroll down and choose the parent. And scroll up. And it'll be conversations. And current page conversations. Okay.
Can
So-
you explain again, the other week you mentioned the difference between like current page user, current page conversation, parent conversation. Can you describe that again?
Sure. So Brittany, if you can click outside of everything, so you open the page element up. So under the page here, Brittany has set a type of content. Some pages will have a type of content, other pages will not. When it does have a type of content, then you will see that current page and then whatever the type of content is show up when you're manipulating things on the page. And so what that means is you have to send in or somehow retrieve a thing in the database that is that type of content for the page to reference in order for the page to work, right?
Yes.
So if you have a page that is of type user, the current page user is not necessarily the current user.
Got it. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, so now just go back to the page and refresh again, the preview page, and send a message, and let's see if it'll work now. Nope. Okay, let's go to your database and refresh the data.
That one didn't even.
That didn't even save. Okay, let's go to the workflow. Are we looking at the right send button?
I absolutely have no clue. That's why I said I wanted to get rid of. I'm so lost.
That's okay. Well, we definitely are, because you are going to the
Right, I'm going to the
workflow.
page.
You're clicking to start edit workflow on it.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right. But then on the other
This one?
workflow, right click and reveal the element. Yeah, it's the same one. So let's go
Did I
back.
just delete it?
Yeah, just delete it
Okay.
and try again. Let's
Okay.
try again.
I think I also have a condition. Hold on, let me just try this one first. No, so I think here I have only when it's
Oh,
the
delete that.
recipient. Yeah,
Yeah, delete that altogether.
okay.
All right, now let's try it.
No, whatever. Okay, so I think it's saved now because
Let's go to the database and look.
let's refresh. Yeah.
Okay, so now we have, all right, so we're creating a message, but it still didn't save the conversation. So there's still a problem with the conversation piece of it. So let's go back to the workflow. And the, create a new message. And instead of parent groups conversation, let's just go ahead and save the current page conversation. All right, now let's try it. $142.
Right.
There we go. So it
Okay.
wasn't, there's still a broken chain
Yeah.
in there in terms of like sending which conversation to that send button. So we skipped all of that and just used the current pages conversation instead.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Because there's no group, it's not showing here. Let's do something. Oh, like where I have it will be the I probably need to change this current page. No, that won't work.
Well, there's whatever that repeating group is, we need to look at the source, the data source on that repeating group. Current users conversation list sorted by modified date. So I guess if you're not keeping a conversation list on the user, you could just do a search for the conversations where that user is included in the list of users. Contains current user. There you go.
Okay. It looked like it wants to do something.
So yeah, so then we can go in and look at why, like what we need to change in order for it to work.
Okay.
So parent groups. So click. Yeah, so click on the parent of that group. Current self conversations, so that's right.
It's a conditional. Actually, group. Controls, unique ID.
I don't know what that is. Oh, I think you're trying to highlight the one that they're on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say when current, so clear it all out and say when this current sales conversation is current page conversations. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's getting closer.
Yeah.
It's always something. It's always something, Brittany.
I know. Okay. So I have some. What are these?
Jay is laughing again.
Okay. So I have some conditional. So I think I was trying to bold, like if it was unread. Parent groups, conversation recipient. That doesn't need to be there. Wait. Creator.
Yeah, I don't think that makes sense. Parent group conversations recipient.
Yeah, I think all of this is last items creator.
Okay. Yeah, you can make, if you want to make it bold, then you can define another condition. And you can say when, ooh, do we want to do that or not?
Well, I mean, that's minute. I'm not,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
that was just something additional. We don't have to, I just really wanted to just work now.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have anything else?
I have a question.
Sure, what's up?
Has anybody come across an issue where you put an object into your, wherever, and you set it to 10 pixels, and then when you mouse over it, it says that it's 11 pixels away from something? Like it seems to always just be 1 pixel out. Has anybody seen that? Is that an error? Or is that
Can you share your screen? Show us what you mean?
not right now? I can't know.
No, okay. So
it's
what's
sort of like-
what's happening?
So if I set something to 10 pixels and then I mouse over it, and you know how you can set up a lot to show the lines as an option, like so you can see dimensions and distances from other objects on the page. It says 11 pixels even though I've set it to 10.
Okay, let me see here. So we've got all right, I'm gonna set something to be, doesn't matter what, is it a group? Doesn't
Yep.
matter?
Yep.
Okay, and I'm gonna set it to be 10 pixels. Like that?
Yep.
Okay, and then now what?
And then set the X to 10.
Oh, set the
X, the X axis.
X-axis to 10.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So now when you mouse over that group, yep, you see how it says, your lines aren't drawing out either side. There we go, there. Yep. So on my screen, it's saying it's 11 pixels when it's actually only 10. Don't know if it's an error or if anybody's.
Sounds like it is.
But yeah.
I may have not been listening properly, but have you tried matching are like both the page and the element what is it? I forget what it is. Horrible with numbers. Is it end in a 2, 4, 6, 8, or does it end in a 3, 6? Why am I math?
The dimensions of the object.
There are odds, and then there are, someone finish that for me.
Evens?
There you go. Does the page and the element end in evens? Both of them? Or is one odd and the other even? Because if that's the case, then it might be a little strange when displaying.
No, it ends on an even. It ends on 0. So the last digit is a 0.
Okay. Gotcha. I guess I wasn't listening then.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's just an error. It doesn't affect anything. It's just strange that I've got it set to 10 and then when I mouse over it, it's 11.
Have you tried erasing it and just doing it all over again?
Oh, I don't want to have to delete the object to try to.
Yeah, I know. I tell you.
It's very minor. I was just checking if anybody else had seen that before.
Don't
seen
make me.
But I figure as long as it's a vertical problem, I don't really care. I don't think most people are ever going to see that. The only time I worry about it is when I'm trying to line up text.
Yeah, no, they're not going
Because
to.
you can always put it in a box, its own group, and then make that group tight, and then it'll at least the group might be a little wonky, but everything in it will be fine.
Yeah. So my second question was, do you know how to put dynamic data in static choices in a drop down?
Yeah. So instead of choosing static, to choose dynamic. And then the types of choices, what did you have in mind?
No, so the types of choices are static.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So I want to put dynamic data in there that says, because I'm counting how many of each of that, what my choices there is, and that's a dynamic amount.
I don't
You can-
understand.
Okay,
I don't
let's just say you write carrots in there, and I've got 5 carrots in the database. I want the number in brackets to represent how many carrots are in the database.
Ah,
Oh, well, that wouldn't be that wouldn't be static, that would be dynamic. So like what I would do, let me think through this. So I would say dynamic choices, and I would say animals, and I'd do a search for animals that will constrain the search to the what you were going to put as the static choices. So I'd say like animals, type equals or whatever. And then the option caption, I would do current options, like type or whatnot. And then I would add it here if I could.
Okay.
But I don't know that you can.
Just do it. Oh no, well, I mean, it would just be a count. That's all it would be.
I don't know you can, like, because
why can't you just do a
we
search
did
for?
this with append not current options. Like you could save it to the database, like the current count or whatever.
Well, I prefer not to.
Yeah.
Because I'm just
what's happening though? What are you trying to accomplish?
So like if you've got like specifically for what I'm working on, there would be active matches, there would be matches that are full, there would be cancelled matches, or whatever I want to put in there, and I'd like to list how many of each there are.
I'd probably just make my own drop down.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Using a repeating
Yeah,
group.
so you use a focus group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give that a go. That'll probably work a bit better.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Nope. Do we want to see if we can build something in 25 minutes?
I'm like building something in the back. Sorry. Can you guys? I didn't even know I was like not on mute.
Oh, you've been very
Okay,
quiet. It's been fine. I would
Fine.
have muted you for you if it
Okay,
was a
good.
problem.
Sometimes I'll just say things out loud and just randomly. So one curious thing, I guess, if no one has anything.
Yeah.
No. So Eli, I have my notifications on for him on Twitter.
Yes.
So he recently posted give me a second as I'm like looking it up. He recently posted a like JavaScript made like a phone number input, which was pretty cool because it dynamically, like when the area code, the moment you add it, like it tells you which country it's in.
Mhm.
I thought that was pretty cool. Right there, relevant values are all set up, that one. So someone asked him a question about like how he did that, and he showed the API, or rather the information to connect it, but I haven't gotten any further than that. So I was wondering if we could just mess around with this. Yep.
Oh, but I don't think this is the original tweet. Here we go.
Yep, there you are.
Pardon my cough.
Speaking of which, is there a reason why like just saving regular phone like values
Mm-hmm.
database like as a field? Why is that just strange? I've had some issues with that in the past. Maybe it's just the way I set it up.
I didn't understand the whole question.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'd have
Like
to.
when you
I'd have-
have like an input, you mean?
Yeah, I'd have to show you exactly. I tried to save a phone number input value and I forgot what I did. I got it to work, but there you go. Yeah, using a US phone number. I had an issue with this originally. But maybe it was just the element was being buggy. I think I just like started over again.
Yeah, so it's fine for US numbers. It doesn't do anything for any numbers that don't follow this pattern.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's no, what Eli's doing looks really cool actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, and he actually right there, he gives you the custom plugin element using the JS library. Intel-input.
Mhm. But I don't know about using JS libraries and everything.
Gotcha.
Like that's something that's like it's custom plugin work is what he's doing. So instead of working in our regular editor, he's working in the plugin editor. Here. So
I see.
you do a new plugin and you call it whatever you want. And when you open it up, then you're doing your script stuff.
So this is where you would do JavaScript work in general. Is in the
Yeah,
plugin. Okay.
yeah, exactly. So
But you
like,
can't- okay, gotcha. I did not know
yeah.
that.
So for little snippets of JavaScript that you want to do, you can use the toolbox plugin. And you can use like little things, but if you want to do like major work using JavaScript, you're going to come into the plugins and you're going to create a plugin that is specifically for your app.
Gotcha.
Right? Because you don't have to share a plugin. If you make a plugin, you don't have to share it. That's why Eli shared his 1T virtual data with me, but this is just, it's a private plugin. So if I go to add plugins, like I did earlier, you can see it is here, it's private. So yeah.
So you can give people access?
Yeah, you can give specific apps access
That's cool.
to your
Yeah.
plugins, right?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So, which is why when I was talking about Eli's plugin for uploading like more than 100 records at a time, like that's a private plugin that he's made that he shares with people at AirDev. So,
Cool. Cool.
yeah. Awesome. Welcome, Jordan.
I thought I might have missed it. Still going.
Yeah, we're still going for a few more minutes. Did you have anything for me today?
I did have one thing. I just I couldn't get the search and the fuzzy search function working properly. I'm not sure why.
Ooh, Jay knows about fuzzy search.
Does she?
Don't you, Jay?
I use it all the time,
Yeah.
you know, but not because of any particular reason other than there was a super awesome tutorial. So I'm comfortable with it.
Was that Greg John's tutorial?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do, Jordan?
I'll show you.
Nope, you got it right, Kim.
Okay, so we'll just turn this back off. So I have the search and autocorrect element here, and
We can't see
We
your
can't see your
screen.
screen.
oh, you can. So you see now?
Yep.
Okay, so I've got the search and autocorrect element here, and then I've got the search box next to it. I have a repeating group here, which I did have set to the search element matches. So when I type in here, it should run the element search on there, which is searching for all the document templates which are assigned in the organization. So everything's correct, but it's just not working for some reason. So
Do you have the attribute on the input set to the same as the attribute that you fed into the search?
yeah, so search input,
Yeah, is that also on the input?
yeah.
Okay. And then in the repeating group, do you have that in condition? Oh, you have that set, okay. And what, and
Yeah.
nothing happens when you use it?
Nah, so I just can't get it to display.
Where's the search? Where's the input box on the screen?
Hang on, that is. Huh. That's weird because I just. Yeah, there it is there. So
What happens when you type in it?
nothing. Oh, hang on. No, it's fake. What did I must have done something then because it wasn't working before. So okay, hang on, let me. So before when I was typing, I wasn't getting anything. So I did have the settings around a little bit different. So yeah, see, it's not working now. See that?
Do you have what's this element is visible set to on the repeating?
I've got it on a toggle.
Okay,
Is that maybe affecting it?
that might be it. Can we see the repeating group and its
Because when I
conditions?
see when I type it in now, it doesn't work. But if I go back and then retype it in, it's working.
Is that X just to clear it out?
Yeah, yeah.
And is when it's not an X, what is it? Ah, it's a reusable.
Mm.
Okay, so is that
It should be like this. I just had it on the wrong setting. So you can't see the search box on page load normally. So I have it so yeah, so it's like that. The search box is hidden. And then if you want to use it, you push that, brings up the search box. You can then search, which isn't working. But maybe if I go back, yeah, see, still not working now. So maybe it has something to do with the page load.
do you have anything set on the page load?
No.
So there's two things. First of all, as a user, I don't know why you want me to have to click on a magnifying glass to get the input because you have the space. If you put the input inside the fuzzy search, it may work differently and it may work better.
Okay, so the
You
reason
don't
that
have to, but you don't need the search, but you don't need that at all.
the reason that I want it there is because I don't want the user to be able to select these categories if they're searching.
You could, yeah, okay, I got that. You could, I mean, you could put that, anyway, that's just a decision for you to make. It's not affecting your thing. What I can say from my experience using lots and lots and lots of fuzzy searches is that sometimes if you mess around with the fuzzy search and everything gets connected to a little too much, fuzzy search just dies on you. And then the best thing to do is delete the search and autocorrect plugin, not the plugin, delete the element that you've put on the page, the search.
Yeah.
Delete that and just build it from scratch again, which takes, 6 seconds and is probably not a bad idea.
Okay. Well, should I try that? Yeah, I'll try that.
I mean, it can't hurt.
So do you think what were you saying before? You don't put it inside the box?
So when I want them to, this is not your use case, it's your for this design, but when I want them to not have to click enter, but I want to capture like if the search results are, they're not going to choose from them, they want to create something new, then if I put an icon in the inside the input and then put a custom state on it, then they don't have to enter. They can just put in data and then automatically it gets saved. I don't know why. I find it odd. But from a user perspective, I think it's smooth. But from my point of view, I don't know why it works.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's relevant for you.
No, probably not. Yeah.
And did you have anything set about your visibility on the repeating group? Was it not visible on page load?
No, it's visible on page load. Yeah. Obviously, I just deleted that fuzzy search, so it's no longer working. But I don't think that's inside. Is that the same plugin that you're using? Is it the
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the best one?
I didn't like the other one.
Oh yeah. Have you found it limiting? I did see that. I was watching a YouTube video on it and it said that it's not that good if you get over a couple of hundred.
I haven't got that many records in my database. Tonya has warned me about that.
Oh yeah.
So I think I'm probably going to end up suffering sooner than later, hopefully.
Yeah.
But it was forgetting where I need to be today. It is doing the job. I think that the thing we looked at the other day, the merge, I think that might help solve some problems.
What's that?
We looked at using the merge operator a couple of days ago, and I think that might solve some problems. And then we've talked about Elasticsearch and we've talked about Algolia. I looked into Elasticsearch and you have to be on the higher paying plan. I think you have to be professional or above. I don't remember, but it's not, it's expensive. And then Algolia, I think there's also a cost, but I don't know what it is. And I just was not going to worry about it yet because I looked at their documentation. It's kind of scary.
Did you say Elasticsearch?
Elasticsearch, yeah.
Oh, Elastic.
Yes, Elastic.
Isn't that one pricey too?
Algorius to search its own. It can only run on public.
So that won't work for you.
Nah, I don't know about this one though.
What about MeiliSearch, as Tonya suggested? I want to get my hands on that actually.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. I think
What's that one?
MeiliSearch is an open source.
Miley,
Yeah, Meili.
MEI.
ILI search. All one word.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking about maybe setting this up just for fun one of these days.
This one?
Possible.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have no idea how to set it up though. So that's
Yeah.
going to be a chore.
True. Would that does that work on private records?
I don't know. I have no idea.
And this is the other one. Yeah, I'll have a look.
I didn't know that Algolia only worked on public records.
Well, that's what I
I guess
figured.
I guess that makes sense for. Let me see. Hang on. I can't really go into that app. I guess that would make sense though. Hmm. All right.
Can we see your repeating group? Can we just hold up a second? Can you go to, you got no conditions. And can you go to the, and you have the, I don't think you need that.
Have the what?
The only other thing, have you got more of these running on your site and other places that work?
What, the fully search?
Uh-huh.
Nah.
I don't, the way you've got it set up in the repeating group.
Oh, that
Wait,
needs-
well, you're missing the you're missing that. You've got the, yeah, you've got to fix that. Did they all match? Because
Yep.
it looked like one of them said search input before.
No, I deleted that one.
Oh, okay, there you go. And is the little box checked above that in the search element?
Which little box?
Go to the search element. See where it says or set text to match. There you are. You got to click that.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I never change anything below the point, the threshold. And you've got it set really high, so you should be getting some results.
So there it is. So if it's got nothing in the box, it won't work. Is that right?
If it's got nothing in the box,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
So if the box is empty, it won't show any results?
If you don't want it to, Is it, what do you want it to do? I mean, it wouldn't know what to show in the repeating group the way you have it set up if you don't have something in the box. If you want default data to appear, then in that repeating group, then the search shouldn't be
Yeah.
that. That should be a condition. And this here where you are would be a regular do a search for whatever you want to show up. And this would be when input, whatever it's called, value is not empty. And then the data source, and the data source would be search and autocorrects whatever matches.
When input search.
Value.
Value is not empty. Data source. Paste. And then I want to take this data source, copy, put it in here. Search for documents. Yep.
And then go back to the repeating group and make the first under appearances tab. Change
Appearance.
that search. That shouldn't be the search. Wait a minute, that's right. Click on that. Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's see that. So I also hid the search thing, so we'll see if that causes the issue. Because it's not available on page load now. So everything comes up, yep. I click the search. See, yeah, same issue.
What happened?
So when I search, I'm thinking it's because the search isn't available on page load.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap up the recording, but I can leave the Zoom up so you guys can continue.
Okay.
For those of you who've been watching us live, thank you so much. For those of you watching the replay, also thank you. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time for more office hours. See you then.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tonya.
Yeah.
So now it's working.